everyone. Oh my goodness, it's me, Mrs. Kasha Davis, coming to you live from a boudoir in our home in suburbia. A boudoir is a fancy name for an extra bedroom that nobody stays over in. It's a guest bedroom. And someday we'll be able to have guests again, but that's a whole nother story. How about our opening song? Your gift is your smile, to wear from ear to ear. Your gift is your smile, it's yours throughout the year. So when you see a sad or grumpy face, you know just what to do. Give your smile to others. It works for me and you. That's right, give your smile to others, especially nowadays when we are cooped up and staying at home and we are social distancing, which means stay 6 feet far away or communicate together on the WWW, which is the World Wide Web, and here we are together. I am so grateful to be able to be here with you today. Mr. Davis and I send big hugs and love from our home, and of course, Max, our husky, does too. It is just quite the experience, isn't it? I bet you some of you are still wearing your pajamas. Now, I know if you've watched any of my videos, it is important to me to make the bed every day because I just don't find a bed at night that's messy to be comfortable. And it just feels like, well, you just never know if Better Homes and Gardens might stop over. All of your throw pillows should be on their corner and the bed's made. I mean, this is stuff that my dear mother taught me back in the long time ago. You know, it's important the things that family teaches you, isn't it? So many things like manners and just courtesy like please and thank you. And of course, smiling. You're probably walking through your neighborhoods like I am, and it's great to smile at each other from afar and say, I hope you're having a great day. Well, today's book is, in fact, another one of my favorites from Todd Parr. It is called The Family Book. And right now, family seems to be so important, isn't it? And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But let's dive right into our story time today, okay, kids and adults? Here we go. Some families are big, some families are small. All families like to hug each other. There are lots of different ways to be a family. Let's open this book and see. Todd Parr's books are so colorful. Some families are big. Some families are small. Some families are the same color. Some families are different colors. Look at all those beautiful colors. Ooh, that fish has a bow. And so does the skunk. All families like to hug each other. Oh, look at those bear hugs happening right there. Some families live near each other, apparently in the wall. Some families live far away from each other. I bet you have family that lives close and some that lives far away. Some families look alike. Oh, those glasses. Some families look like their pets. Now, I find that to be true. I sometimes see a pet and I think to myself, my goodness, they look just like their owner. All families are sad when they lose someone they love. I bet you that's true for you, right? It's been true for me. Some families have a stepmom or stepdad, stepsisters, and stepbrothers. Some families adopt children. See? That is wonderful. Some families have 2 moms or 2 dads. Some families have 1 parent instead of 2. All families like to celebrate special days together. Yay! We love a celebration because that means cake. I love cake. Some families eat the same things. Some families eat different things. This one's having a bone, this one's having a fish, and vegan Bunny is having a carrot. families like to be noisy. Yoo-hoo! Some families like to be clean. Scrub it, scrub it, scrub it. Wash your hands, right? Some families like to be messy, but they still clean up every day. Some families live in a house by themselves. Some families share a house with other families. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's like a big old tree apartment building. All families can help each other be strong. Isn't that true? There are lots of different ways to be a family. Your family is special, no matter what kind it is. Love, Todd. Well, thank you, Todd. And isn't that true? Families are so important, especially right now. And I say that because we're going through an interesting time in our world, aren't we? But family seems to be right there with you, whether it's in your own home or over technology. You have FaceTime where you can talk to each other. But in my experience, some of my best friends have become family. And that is important now, too, to check on each other and make sure everybody is okay. That is something that we should do all the time, isn't it? Because sometimes you just never know what somebody else might be going through somewhere else in the world or in your neighborhood. So it's important to smile and say hello and ask, how are you? Those questions sometimes get forgotten. But I think today you can remember to do that. And I have to tell you, I know I'm spending time with my family, Mr. Davis and Max, and we are going through old photos and looking at those, and we get on FaceTime with our daughters. And you know what's so much fun to do other than look at the news or look at games and play games on the computer or an iPad? Sometimes it's fun to get together and tell each other stories. Stories about when you were a little boy, girl, gal, girl, boy, fella. When you remember the first time you tried something new, and you can share those experiences with each other. And it is sometimes so funny to hear what your parents and grandparents have gone through, or your brothers and sisters. And when you share those stories, oh, they can be so silly and funny. And sometimes they might even make you a little sad. But that's okay, because that means that you love each other. And this is a very important time for us to love one another, isn't it? Even if your family is your neighbor. Because I have so enjoyed all the artwork in the driveways, and I heard of this great book that I can't wait to read to you, and it's about looking for a teddy bear in your neighborhood. And you know what? In our neighborhood, when we walk around, we happen to see these teddy bears in the window. And I'm saying to myself, my goodness, what are these teddy bears doing? They're peeking out the windows. And I think it's a fun game to see how many you find. I found that to be quite fun, too. So today's message from me to you is just a big hello on a little bit of a rainy Sunday in Rochester. It's warming up. And to remember that family is everything. And sometimes your family is even your pet. I love Max. He's our husky. And Mr. Davis and I think he's like one of our children. He's our son. He's a good little boy. And I bet you have pets. Some of you have cats and dogs and maybe even a snake. Well, that's your business. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Mr. Davis and I send you lots of hugs from our family to yours. Have a dance party, have fun, and tell each other some great stories. Bye-bye. See you soon. Mwah.